Okay, so next is the same. From the IS code, you have to take the value of sigma CC, sigma CBC, sigma CT, sigma BST. Okay, so you have to take the value of sigma CBC, sigma CT, sigma BT, and sigma ST. So from where you will get this, you will get from IS code, IS 3370 part 2. Okay, IS 3370 part 2. So we have already dealt with this, all these values. I will just show you from where I got this value. So IS 3370, this is IS 3370 part 2. So from this page, that is page number 3, page number 2 and 3. Okay, page number 2 and 3, table 1. Page number 2 and 3, first in this table you can see permissible stress. Okay, so from this you got these values. M30 grade you can see correspondingly M30 permissible stress is 1.5 in direct tension and 2 in bending, and also here also you have to get, you will also get one value from here, that is M30, that is 10. Again, permissible stresses of the steel, you can see here, this is the 130 value. For HYST bars, you are using 130 Newton per mm square. Okay, so IS code page 2, 3, table 1, table 1, 2, and 4. Okay, so already we have discussed this. Last problem, we have seen how to get all these values. Okay, the same method you have to follow. Okay, so you got all these values. Next is the head H. Okay, H you have to find out. So H is equal to, so here see, here they have given you depth of the water in the tank. Okay, so if this is a water tank, okay, depth of the water, okay, depth of the water they have given as 5 meters. Okay, depth of the water on 5 meters. Freeboard that will be lying about freeboard that is a maximum allowable level of water. Okay, freeboard maximum allowable level of water ആണ് freeboard എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. Sorry, maximum allowable level of water എന്നല്ല, നമ്മൾ maximum allowable level of water top of the slab എന്നുള്ള ഡിസ്റ്റൻസിനാണ് you are calling it as freeboard. Okay, so maximum allowable level of water ഈ top of the tank in ഈ രണ്ട് ഡിസ്റ്റൻസിനാണ് you will be calling it as freeboard. Okay, so this is the freeboard over here. So the freeboard they have given it as 0.2 meters, that is 200 mm. Okay, so total height of the tank is 5 plus 0.2, that is 5.2 meters. Okay, you're getting me? Depth of water is 5 meters. For water space that is called as freeboard. Okay, so maximum the distance between the maximum allowable water level and top of the water tank is called as freeboard. Okay, so freeboard you're providing it as 200 mm, that is 0.2 meters. So total height is equal to h plus 0.2, that is 5.2 meters. Next, the same as before, you have to calculate all the design constants. Okay, so you know all the equation directly, you can substitute. Okay, so you have to calculate m, you have to calculate k, you have to calculate j, you have to calculate r. Okay, so all these things we have discussed in the previous problem. Okay, so same thing you have to do here. Okay, you have to find out m. Okay, you have to find out m, k, j, and r. Okay, so m you will get us 9.3, k you will get us 0.416, j you will get us 0.86, and r is equal to 1.78. Okay, okay. Now, step number 1, diameter of the tank. Okay, step number 1, diameter of the tank. So diameter is equal to pi by 4 into d square into 5 is equal to 500, that is volume. Okay, so here we have to find out the diameter of the tank. So how will you find out? We know the volume. Volume is equal to 500 meter cube. Okay, volume എത്രയാണ് നമുക്ക് തന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്. Already in the question they have given volume is equal to 500 meter cube. So volume equation is equal to എന്താണ്? Area into h. Okay, so same as before, volume is equal to area into H. Okay, so area of a circular water tank. Okay, area of a circular water tank is equal to pi by 4 into T square. So that is this one. H is the height of the water. Height of the water is 5 meters. Okay, so if you substitute it, you will get pi by 4 into d square into 5 is equal to 500, and from this equation you will get the d, that is 11.28 meters. Okay, so 11.28 meters, now you can you can approximate to 11.3 meters. Okay, so diameter of the tank that you're going to provide is 11.3 meters. Okay, okay, write down fast. So next is you have to assume the thickness of the walls. Okay, diameter നമ്മൾ കണ്ടുപിടിച്ചു. Next is you have to find out the thickness of the water tank. So thickness of the water tank is, you are assuming it as 150 mm. Okay, we don't know thickness. Thickness you have to assume it as 150 mm. Okay, so now coming to the most important part. Okay, so now that we are having the diameter, we are having thickness of the walls. Okay, diameter കിട്ടി, thickness കിട്ടി. Next, you have to find out this constant. Okay, why I will tell you. H square divided by d into t. Okay, so here you need to find out maximum bending moment. Okay, maximum bending moment we need to find out, maximum shear force you have to find out, and also the maximum hoop tension. Okay, design ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്ന maximum value ആണ്. Okay, so these three value you need to find out, that is bending moment, shear force and hoop tension. Okay, so the bending moment in the equation, design bending moment, or you can say maximum bending moment, or you can say ultimate bending moment. Okay, so the design bending moment is equal to, this is a constant, that is a coefficient. Okay, bending moment coefficient into gamma h cube. Okay, gamma into h equal to design bending moment is equal to bending moment coefficient into gamma into h cube. Same way, design shear force is equal to design shear force coefficient, or you can say maximum shear force coefficient into gamma h square. Same way, hoop tension is equal to maximum hoop tension coefficient into gamma h d by 2. So anyway, you have to by heart this equation. Okay, study these equations. Now you will find out, how will you find out this maximum bending moment coefficient. Okay, so this you can see a value here. Okay, so this is the equation 0.0079. So this 0.0079 that is maximum bending moment coefficient. So from where you get this value? Okay, so that is what we are going to find out, that is maximum bending moment coefficient. Okay, so to find out the maximum bending moment coefficient, first you need to know this value, h square divided by dt. H square divided by dt. H square, using this h square divided by dt, you will find out maximum bending moment coefficient. Okay, so h square is height, total height, that is h 5.2, d is a diameter, that is 11.3, t is a thickness that we have assumed 150 mm, converting into meters you will get it 0.15 meters. Okay, so substituting in this equation you will get it as approximately 15.95. We can approximate to 60. Okay, you can take it as 60. 15.95, we can approximate to 60. Okay, okay. So we are going to find out the bending moment coefficient. Okay, so bending moment coefficient, if you need to find out, you need to know the value of h square divided by d into t. Okay, so h square by divided by d into t, we have find out, that is 60. Now take IS 3370 part 4. Okay, please remember, now we are going to take part 4. Till now we were studying about part 2, but for the this problem you are using IS 3370 part 4. Okay, so this is IS 3370 part 4. Okay, so this is again water table code. You can see this is a code for storage of liquids. That means water. Basically, you are using for the water tank. So part 4. Okay, so part 4 you will have different type of different types of table. See, so this is the part 4 IS code. So here they are mentioning, here you can see this table 5, it actually tells you about the moment of coefficient with walls free at the top and hinged at the bottom. Okay, so that means walled case that wall, it is telling about the bending moment coefficient of a water tank which is free at the top and which is hinged at the bottom. And the water tank in the bottom is free, at the same time bottom is hinged. Okay, so table 6 is also about the bending moment coefficient, water tank with the walls hinged at the top and bottom. So here what they are mentioning, the water tank ആണ് അതിന്റെ top bottom is hinged. So they are actually telling about rectangular water tanks. You can see this figure. See, they are mentioning about rectangular water tanks. So IS code part 4 actually tells you about the bending moment coefficient, shear force coefficient and also hoop tension coefficient. Okay, ഈ മൂന്ന് coefficient കണ്ടുപിടിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടിയാണ് you are using IS code 3370 part 4. And then depends upon the different conditions of the tank. That is rectangular tank, ഒരു ടാങ്കിന്റെ support conditions കൂടെ നോക്കണം. Okay, so don't get confused. So ours is a circular water tank. So anyway, we don't have nothing to do with this rectangular water tank. So circular water tank means that is in the last portion. This all tells about you the rectangular water tanks. Okay, different conditions of rectangular water tanks. You have to study about circular water tanks. So circular water tank, remember that is table 9, 10, 11. See this. So you can take this table. So IS code see this table. Table 9 actually tells you about the tension in the circular ring water tank fixed at the base, free at the top, subjected to a triangular loading. Okay, so now that we are studying about, so we are studying about a circular water tank which is having a fixed base. See this question. Okay, circular water tank which is having a fixed base, that is resting on the ground. Okay, so ground resting and also it is having a fixed base. Okay, so when a water tank, we assume it a circular water tank which is fixed base and which is resting on the resting on the ground. We are assuming that it is subjected to triangular loading. Okay, we are assuming that it is subjected to a triangular loading, or we can say it is subjected to triangular loading. Okay, a walls like triangular loading ആയിരിക്കും വരിക. So the same condition you have to take it from the IS code also. Okay, so IS code in table 9 you have to take. Table 9 they have mentioned tension in the circular ring wall. Okay, circular ring wall, fixed base ആണ്, free at the top and subjected to triangular loading. Okay, so our condition is IS the table 9. Okay, our condition is table 9. So table 9 here you can see h square by dt value. Okay, here they have given you h square by dt value. Okay, so from this h square by dt value you have to find out correspondingly bending moment coefficient. Okay, these are all the bending moment coefficient. As you see, this is the bending moment coefficient. You can see in this figure. This is a bending moment coefficient. Okay, so can you find out the bending moment coefficient from this figure? So see this. Okay, so from this table you have to find out. Okay. Okay, so from this table, so number h square by dt value is 16. Okay, h square by dt value 16. Okay, so you are taking 16 here. So from this 16, so here you can see different values: 0.0h, 0.1h, 0.2h, 3h, 4h, 5h, അങ്ങനെ പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് കുറേ values ഇവിടെ they have given you a lot of values. Okay, the next question is which value you will have to choose. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I think this is not visible to you. Okay, so here table 9 is about tension in the circular water tank. So here they are giving you the maximum tension coefficient. Okay, tension 9, table 9 is about tension. Okay, so from this table you will get the maximum tension coefficient. Okay, so see, where you are having the maximum tension h square by dt. If h square by dt varying maximum tension will be around 0.7 h, that is 0.687. See here 0.687 h square by dt എടുക്കുക, എന്നിട്ട് കറസ്പോണ്ടിംഗ്ലി ഏറ്റവും വലിയ വാല്യൂ അവിടെ വരുന്നത് നോക്കുക. ഓക്കെ, so you can see, if you see the maximum value is arriving at 0.7 h. Okay, so approximately we can say that maximum value will be 0.7 h from the top, so that is 0.687. Okay, okay, so now h squared by dt corresponding to h square by dt, maximum tension coefficient is 0.687. Okay, 0.687. Okay, now നോക്കുക, എന്നിട്ട് ഈ ലൈനിൽ ജസ്റ്റ് സി വിച്ച് ഈസ് ഹാവിംഗ് ദ മാക്സിമം വാല്യൂ, ഏറ്റവും വലിയ വാല്യൂ എവിടെ വരുന്നത് നോക്കുക. So that is in 0.7h, that is 0.687. So choose that value. So you are having the maximum tension coefficient is 0.687 at 0.7h. Okay, so maximum tension coefficient now we have got. Next, coming to the next table, that is table 10. So table 10 is about moment in a cylindrical water tank. So from this table you will get the maximum bending moment coefficient. Okay, so from this table you will get the maximum bending moment coefficient. Okay, so take this table. Here also same way you have to take h square by dt value. Okay, h square by dt corresponding is 60. Okay, 16 the maximum value, that is a maximum negative value. You can see it is at 0.0079. Okay, so maximum movement, where is the maximum movement occurring? We know where is the maximum movement occurring. Maximum movement will always occur at the bottom of the tank. Okay, while doing the cantilever also, we have cantilever retaining walls also, we have assumed that maximum movement is at the base of the stem in the base maximum movement occurring. Okay, so here also this is a water tank ആണെങ്കിൽ water tankന്റെ ഈ ബേസിൽ, ഈ വാൾസിന്റെ ബേസിൽ you will be having the maximum movement. Okay, so this the 0.3h 0.4h എന്നൊക്കെ പറയുന്നത്, that is you are taking from top of the wall. Okay, so to reach till the bottom എന്തായിരിക്കും, you have to take full h. Okay, so are you getting my point? See, for example, from in the IS code they have given the value as like this 0.1h 0.1h എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ that from they are taking from the top, from the top 0.1h. Okay, from the top 0.2h, so it will be like this. Okay, it is going like this 0.1h 0.3h 0.4h. Okay, so maximum movement always occurs at the bottom. But here maximum movement occur here. Okay, so that is at the height of h from the top. So if you are taking height from the top, that is h. Okay, so in the maximum moment occurs at the bottom, so you have to take the maximum bending moment, that is bending moment coefficient, that is occurring at the bottom of the tank. So for that, what you have done, again take the IS code. See this one here, 1h maximum bending moment coefficient is minus 0.0079, this value. See this one, 0.0079. Okay, so we have got the maximum bending moment coefficient. IS code table 10. All of you please take IS code table 10 correspondingly h square by dt in എടുക്കുക 1h. 1h corresponding ആയിട്ട് വരുന്നത് 0.0079. Okay, next is you have to take maximum from the IS code table 11. Next is you have to take maximum shear force coefficient. Okay, maximum shear force coefficient. Okay, so this is a table 11 for the maximum shear force coefficient. Okay, so maximum shear force coefficient, here also they have given the values of h square by dt. So this is 60. So they have given different conditions of loading, that is triangular loading, rectangular loading, triangular or rectangular loading with with the hinged base. Okay, so ours is very clear, ours is triangular loading with a fixed base. See this one, first case. Okay, ours is triangular loading with a fixed base. Okay, since ours is a circular water tank which is fixed at the base. Base fixed at la circular tank lana. So there the load will be triangular. Okay, so directly we can get the values, that is triangular load with a fixed base. H square by dt corresponding with shear force coefficient is plus 0.127. So from this table, directly we will get the value, that is 16 plus 0.127. Okay, so that is shear force coefficient. Okay. Okay, so that is table 9, 10 and 11. So from the table 9 you will get the maximum tension coefficient, table 10 you will get the maximum moment coefficient, and also from the table 11 you will get the maximum shear force coefficient. Okay. Okay, so moment coefficient എങ്ങനെ കണ്ടുപിടിക്കുക? H square by dt corresponding take at the bottom a total h. Okay, bottom വരുന്ന value that you have to find out. Okay, so here just see where you are getting the maximum value, so choose that value. That will be approximately between 0.6h and 0.7h most probably. So now that we have got all the coefficient, now substitute it. Okay, now you have to substitute it. Okay, now equation for the maximum design bending moment is bending moment coefficient into gamma h cube. Bending moment coefficient into gamma h cube. So bending moment coefficient we have find out, that is 0.00 minus 0.0079. Substitute gamma into h cube. So gamma means unit weight of water, that is 10. H is height 5. So here it is height of the water. Okay, this is small h actually. This is small h, that is height of water tank. Sorry, height of water. This is small h, that is height of water. Okay, substitute it, you will get the value. Next is you have to find out the maximum shear force or design shear force, that is maximum shear force coefficient multiplied by gamma h square. Okay, gamma h square. So here also 0.127 is the maximum shear force coefficient. Substitute it. Gamma is 10, h is 5. So you will get the value like this. 31.75. Similarly, find out the maximum hoop tension. Okay, so maximum hoop tension, the equation is equal to maximum tension coefficient into gamma h into d by 2. Okay, so maximum tension coefficient is 0.687. Okay, gamma is 10 unit weight of water, h is 5 into d is diameter of the tank. Okay, substitute it, you will get this value. Okay, so we have got the maximum values of hoop tension, bending moment and shear force. Now, well, for now, don't care about this sentence. We'll deal this as later. Okay, so you will get confused if you see now. Next, Step number two, you have to find out the required depth. Okay, required depth. So same equation that we have been following in the previous, that is d is equal to root of m divided by r into b. R is actually a constant. Okay, constant that you're finding it corresponding to the FCK and Fe450. Okay, so here d is equal to root of m divided by r into b. M is a moment, r is a constant. R is a constant which you are getting from the corresponding FCK and FE450. Okay, അതിന്റെ R കണ്ടുപിടിക്കുക. So for M30 grade and FE415, R value is 1.78. Okay, R value is 1.78. Now substitute. Moment we already know. Moment just now we have find out 9.875, right? Moment is equal to see. Moment is 9.875. So substitute 9.875 to convert into Newton mm. You are multiplying with the 10 raised to 6. Okay. R is 1.78. Now B is unit width 1000. So substituting it, you will get the depth required as 75 mm. Okay. So how much we have provided? We have provided a depth of 150 mm, which means we are safe. Our assumption is right. Is it? ശരിക്കും നമ്മൾ അസ്യൂം ചെയ്ത് എത്രയാ 150 mm നമ്മൾ അസ്യൂം ചെയ്തു. ശരിക്കും നമുക്ക് ആവശ്യം എത്ര വേണ്ട ആസ് പെർ ദ മൊമെന്റ്. ഓക്കെ, ആസ് പെർ ദ മൊമെന്റ് the depth that is required is only 75 mm. 75 mm ഇവിടെ ആവശ്യമുള്ളൂ. പക്ഷെ നമ്മൾ 150 mm അസ്യൂം ചെയ്തു. This is almost double, which means depth is safe. Okay, now we have to, so now that we can confirm that our assumed depth is correct, now we can find out the effective depth that is provided. Okay, so effective depth is equal to total depth d minus cover, that is 30 mm. The total depth minus cover. Okay, the same equation, all the same equation. So 150 minus 30, that is you will get as 120 mm. Okay, so that is the effective depth that is provided. Effective depth that is total depth d minus cover, that is 120 mm. Okay, that is step number 2. Coming to the step number 3. Okay, coming to the step number 3, again very simple equation. You have to by heart it. Same equation that we are following the last time also. AST is equal to m divided by sigma st into j into d. M is AST, that is equal to, this is a working stress method, so please remember equation is different here. AST is equal to m divided by sigma st into j into d. So M is equal to 9.875 into 10 raised to 6 moment. Sigma st is 130. Front തന്നെ കണ്ടുപിടിച്ചു, maximum stress in the steel. Okay, J 0.86, J is lever arm, D is effective depth, that is 120. So substitute it, you will get the answer as 737 mm square. So AST is equal to m divided by sigma st into j into d. M is a moment. Sigma is the permissible stress in the steel. In the in the starting നമ്മൾ കണ്ടുപിടിച്ചതാണ്. Okay, maximum permissible stress in the steel, that is from IS code 3370 part 2. J lever arm, that also we find out. D is equal to effective depth that we have provided. നമ്മൾ കൊടുക്കുക ടാങ്കിൽ പ്രൊവൈഡ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ള effective depth, that is 120 mm. So ST is equal to 737 mm square. Okay, now simple ആണ്. You can post your names to mark the attendance. Okay, so this is not not much complicated. So remaining you will complete in the next class. ഇപ്പൊ കോഎഫിഷ്യൻസ് എടുക്കാൻ എല്ലാവരും ജസ്റ്റ് ഒന്ന് നോക്കണം കേട്ടോ. കാരണം കോഎഫിഷ്യൻസ് എടുക്കേണ്ട മാത്രമേ ഒരു ഡിഫറെന്റ് ആയിട്ടുള്ളൂ, ബാക്കിയുള്ള എല്ലാം സെയിം പ്രൊസീജിയർ ആയിട്ടാണ് വരുന്നത്. അപ്പൊ ജസ്റ്റ് ഒന്ന് കോഎഫിഷ്യൻസ് എടുത്ത് നോക്കണം. അവിടെ മാത്രമാണ് ഒരു തെറ്റ് വരാനുള്ള ഒരു ചാൻസ്. So everybody has to post their name to mark the attendance, okay?